Hey, kindergarten, it's Mr. C. I'm here today with somebody that you all know really well. Who is this guy? Who is he? I'll bet if your moms and dads recognize him, he might be one of their favorites. It's Mr. M. What does he have? He's got a munchy mouth. His mouth goes munch, munch, munch. And what does munch begin with? What sound does munching mouth begin with? Oh, you got it. Munchy mouth. Well, today's story is one of Mr. M's personal stories about this time where he woke up and he goes to the grocery store on Mondays. And he likes to munch at that market. And he munches his way all the way through that grocery store market. So, with the help of my trusty old record player and Mr. M's friends, we're going to tell the story of Mr. M's munchy mouth. In the story, Meet Me at the Market. As we go through the story today, I want you to listen for all of the words that begin with Mr. M's munchy mouth sound. Like meet me at the market. Meet Me at the Market is the title of the book. We see that on the front cover of the book. Also on the front cover is the name of the authors. That's Elaine Rice and Rita Friedman. They are the authors, which means they did what? They wrote the words. Very good. Looking at the cover, we can tell that a main character is going to be Mr. M, and there might be some other people included. And something, even if we can't read those words in the title, we can tell that Mr. M is going to be doing something with what? You can tell he's going to be doing something with marshmallows. What does marshmallows begin with? Marshmallows. You are correct. We also know that this is the title of the book because it's the biggest print on the page, right? This is super small print. Up here, this is really big print. This is big text. So we know that this is going to be the title of the book, not this. Okay? Front cover of the book. Back cover of the book. What do we call this part over here? What is this referred to as? Right, the spine. Okay? We're going to open up the inside, if I can get my fingers to work. Look at this. I have a message inside from Elaine. That is one of the authors. I should say she is one of the authors. She signed the book for me. That's called an autograph. When somebody writes in your book, the person who wrote the book signs their name or leaves you a message, that's called an autograph. Elaine autographed my copy of my book. Now this is an old book. You can tell it's kind of taped together. This book was actually the same book that my kindergarten teacher used to read me the story when I was 5 years old and in kindergarten. So this book is pretty special to me. So this is our title page. Again, why is it the title page? Because it has the what? Right, it has the title in it. Okay, so I'm going to get our record player started. Mr. M, are you very excited to do this story with us? I think he is. Look at that big smile on his face. Okay, so you guys have seen this before. This is our record player. This is called a vinyl or a record. This is how we used to listen to stories and music when I was a little boy. You guys have heard this before. It's going to be a little scratchy because it's old, but we're going to be able to hear Mr. M's voice and those of his friends telling the story about what he did when he went to the market one day. You ready? Listen for all of his words that begin with
Mr. M is certainly what you might call a munchy mouth. If you want to meet Mr. M in person, you can meet him at the market anytime because he has his very own story called Meet Me at the Market. And I imagine the market is a very munchy place to meet Mr. M. So munch, munch, meet me at the market. Ding-ling, the alarm rang and rang. Mr. M jumped up in bed. Today was Monday. Mr. M loved Monday. Monday was marketing day. Mr. M went shopping on Monday. Mr. M was a very funny shopper. He shopped and shopped. He never stopped. When he finished shopping, Mr. M paid lots of money, but he never left with any packages. How could that be? It all started many, many Mondays ago. Mr. M went to a supermarket. He took one shopping cart, then he took a second shopping cart. The manager of the market smiled at Mr. M. He was glad to see someone who was going to do so much shopping, but that manager changed his mind fast. Mr. M saw marshmallows on a shelf.
I love to munch marshmallows,
He said,
Are these all you have? I munch fast. I will need many more marshmallows. Wait right here.
said the manager.
I will bring more.
The manager came back with many more marshmallows. He could not believe his eyes. Mr. M was sitting on a mountain of marshmallows. There were marshmallows in his mouth. There were marshmallows in his hair. There were marshmallows in his lap. There were marshmallows in his hands and on his feet. Mr. M was covered with marshmallows. People stopped to look at Mr. M. Soon, instead of shopping, they sat down with him. No one was shopping. Everyone was sitting and munching marshmallows. The manager came back with many marshmallows. The people grabbed the marshmallows from the manager. The manager opened his mouth to say something. Before he could say a word, his mouth was full of marshmallows. He munched and munched. Guess what? The manager did not even like marshmallows. Mr. M smiled at the manager.
I love to munch.
Said Mr. M.
All these nice people are helping me munch. Do not look sad. We have finished munching marshmallows. Now, we will try another aisle.
Mr. M jumped up. He took one last munch. Mr. M started to push his carts to the next aisle. All the people stopped shopping. Everyone followed Mr. M. Munching with Mr. M was more fun than shopping. Mr. M saw shelves filled with macaroni. Mr. M loved to munch macaroni. He could not wait to get a box. Mr. M pulled one box from the bottom and down tumbled all the boxes. Mr. M and all his new friends sat down to munch macaroni. It was not as much fun as marshmallow munching. Mr. M could not understand what was wrong. Macaroni was one of his favorite things to munch. Why did this macaroni taste so hard and awful?
Let's leave all these boxes here.
Said Mr. M.
Let's munch in another aisle. The macaroni in this market is not good for munching. Please don't say that to all these people,
Begged the manager.
I sell the best macaroni.
Said the manager.
You must cook it before you munch it. Well,
Said Mr. M.
next time, please cook the macaroni. You should only put cooked macaroni in boxes. You know I have to munch.
The manager just scratched his head. He could not believe his eyes. He could not believe his ears. He could not believe this was happening to Mr. M jumped up. Mr. M took his 2 shopping carts. He walked to another aisle. The manager watched. Everyone followed Mr. M. Even the people who worked in the store followed him. Everyone wanted to munch with Mr. M. They munched and munched in every aisle. Hours and hours passed. No one left. Mr. M kept munching. Everyone kept munching with Mr. M. At last, Mr. M said it was time for him to go home. The people did not want him to go. Everyone was sorry. Everyone except the manager. He helped Mr. M push his carts to the checkout counter. Guess what? There was not a single thing in Mr. M's carts. He had munched everything,
You will have to pay for all the things you munch.
said the manager.
Oh, I know that.
Smiled Mr. M.
I had such a good time munching here. I will come and munch in your store every Monday. We will all meet you here.
Shouted the people,
Oh dear, oh dear.
moaned the manager. Now every Monday, Mr. M meets his friends at the supermarket. They munch and munch up and down all the aisles. The manager does not mind anymore. He is happy to see all the munchers. He even changed the name of the supermarket. Its name is now the Munching Monday Market.
All right. Oops. Got to turn off my record player. What did you guys think? That silly Mr. M. What was something that he did that we probably should not do when we go to a grocery store? Right. Well, you're right. You know what? You probably shouldn't munch, Mr. M, unless you've used your money to buy all the food first. Silly Mr. M. Who were some of the main characters in this story? All right. So Mr. M. And who's this fella? Yeah, he was the manager. Exactly. Why didn't let's see. So Mr. M made a couple of silly choices. Mr. M, what was something that you did that was kind of silly? Oh, that macaroni. Can you eat macaroni if you haven't cooked it yet? No. What about... oh, well, he said you should cook it first and put it into a box. Would that work? No, it was not. It's not going to work because you can't put cooked macaroni into a box. Maybe in a plastic container, right? So, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the story today. I know I had a good time hanging out with Mr. M, and hopefully he'll come back and read some more stories with me and spend some more time with you guys. All right, have a good day. Do some more reading at home. Find some time for play. Just keep yourselves busy, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.